Thank you to Haley for stopping by. I really appreciated that. Now it's time for the first edition of CFL Power Rankings. We begin at number 9, and to me, there is only one way you can start these, and that is with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They struggled against the Calgary Stampeders for most of that game. They did eventually bounce back and make a game of it late, but I thought the offense looked rather pedestrian for a lot of the game. I thought the defense bent but didn't break, and were put in some difficult spots at times, so maybe there's some optimism there, but that was a defense against a against the Calgary Stampeder offense, that I'm not overly impressed with. So all signs point to this maybe being the worst team in the Canadian Football League this season. Coming in at number 8, it is the Edmonton Elks. I actually came away from this game against Saskatchewan thinking that Edmonton played a pretty strong football game, but mistakes that were made at the end really cost them, and then quite frankly, just my perception of the team coming into the season had them a little bit low to begin with, so I think that is why they are a little bit lower on my list. At 7, it is the Calgary Stampeders. I thought about putting Edmonton above Calgary, and they may leapfrog the Stampeders very, very soon. I actually think Edmonton is a better team than Calgary is, but the Stampeders come away with a win in week 1, and for a lot of that game, they looked like the significantly better team than the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I thought Calgary was able to move the ball at times. They at least were able to get points. I thought the defense looked really strong, and I think that's going to be the calling card for the Stampeder team all season long, is that defense is going to have to win them some football games, and I thought in week 1 they did. At 6, it's Ottawa. They didn't play, so there's that. At 5, it is the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Coming off of a down season a year ago, I thought they played a pretty complete football game. I thought offensively they looked good, especially in that fourth quarter. There were some times it was stuck in the mud, and AJ Ouellette certainly had some struggles at the running back spot, but I think they have 4 receivers that they can trust. They have a quarterback that they really trust, and they have a defense that's going to be a problem in the Canadian Football League's West Division this season. So I like a lot what I saw from the Riders. And again, a reminder, I have now a rider-specific podcast, comes out every Thursday. It is called the Rider Happy Hour, so check that out wherever you get this piece of content. It is just available in the Couch Potato Diary podcast feed, and it is also available in its own playlist here on YouTube. At 4, it is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yes, they lost. No, they didn't look very good at all in doing it, but I am going to chalk that up as a bad Zach Collaros game and think that they will bounce back in this particular contest. The defense, I thought, looked pretty good against Montreal. We're in some tough spots late, but I thought overall they played a pretty strong game. At 3, it's BC. Again, yes, they lose to Toronto. I thought for most of the game, this looked like a strong team. I do think there are some limitations on the defensive side of the football that can maybe be exploited as the weeks go along. And offensively, it does feel like they need that guy at receiver. McInnes was really strong in this game, but I feel like they need one more playmaker on the offensive side now. But overall, this is a very good football team. At 2, it's Toronto. I had them a little bit lower just mentally coming into the season, and I was really impressed with what I saw on both sides of the football. I thought the defense stepped up and made some incredible plays late as this game went along. So I think that this is a team that should be taken seriously in the CFL, even with the flux situation they have at quarterback right now. I thought Dukes looked fine, and he has some very talented pieces around him that will be able to make an impact for him. And at number 1, it's Montreal. I thought they had the most complete effort. Sorry, knocked the mic over. I thought they had the most complete effort of the weekend going up against Winnipeg. I thought the offense moved the ball very effectively. I thought defensively they did a good job of shutting things down against Winnipeg. Now, I do think a lot of Winnipeg's issues were Zach Collaros related, but I still think this is a good defense. We'll see what the impacts are with no Stubblefield going forward, but I like this defense as the weeks go on, and I think Montreal right now looks like the best team in the CFL. For more CFL coverage, it is here on Couch Potato Diary. We are going to have CFL picks coming up on Thursday and Friday's shows.